Do you want to get to know someone better? Are you trying to make conversations more interesting? Or do you just want to improve your communication skills by asking deep questions? In this video, we'll give you a bunch of questions to ask the different people in your life. People like your relationship partner, friends, guys, girls, or whoever. Communication may just be the backbone of healthy relationships. One way we can use communication to improve our relationships is by asking deep questions. Questions that help us get to know others and help them get to know us. In perhaps one of the best-known studies on relationships, Art Aaron showed that when two people asked each other increasingly deep questions over a 45-minute period, they felt closer than two people who had just engaged in chit-chat. Further research suggests that when others self-disclose personal information, we like them more. This may partially explain why deep questions increase closeness. So what are some deep questions that you might ask someone? Here are a few to start with. If you could have 3 wishes, what would they be? Who was your favorite cartoon character when you were a kid? What does spirituality mean to you? Do you believe in giving people second chances? How would you describe your first crush? What are your favorite hobbies? What is your star sign? What do you want people to remember about you after you're gone? What was the most important lesson you've learned from a past relationship? What are some of your favorite books? Have you ever had an epiphany? And if so, what was it like for you? What was the most intense experience you've had in your life? When you dream big, what would you do with your life? Are you a morning or a night person? Have you ever shoplifted anything? Have you ever told a lie that you regret? Have you ever done something you regretted? Do you ever make excuses for your bad behavior? Do you think AI is scary or amazing? What do you think of Elon Musk? What do you think of Steve Jobs, hero or villain? What do you think the solution is to climate change? Do you think psychics are actually psychic? What is your favorite workout? How do you think you'd be different if you were raised in a different family? What is the most important lesson you've learned this year? What is your dream vacation? What superpowers did you wish you had when you were a kid? What did you want to be when you grew up? Are you a mountain or a beach person? What is your spirit animal? Are you very close to anyone in your family? And if so, why? What are your top 3 strengths? What are your top 3 positive qualities? If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live? What are your passions in life? Have you ever had your heart broken? What type of music energizes you? Are you still friends with anyone from high school? What was your favorite subject or class in high school? What was the most memorable experience from your childhood? How do you relax when you're stressed out? What is a skill you want to build? If you could change one decision you made when you were younger, what would it be and why? If you could change one thing about your childhood, what would it be and why? Do you know how to play any musical instruments? Who or what inspires you? What is your place in the whole world? Who is your doppelganger? Have you ever been camping? What is one accomplishment that you're proud of? When you see your family, what do you do together? What is your Achilles heel? What is your favorite or least favorite emotion? What do you think makes a meaningful life? Is there anything from the 1980s that you wish would come back? Do you believe in good and evil? What do you think prevents people from manifesting their dreams? Do you get déjà vu? And if so, what does it feel like for you? What makes you feel nostalgic? What would you do if you found out you had a year to live? If you redesigned society, what would you change? What would be a perfect day for you? What impresses you? If you had to eat only one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? What's your least favorite food? What's one thing I don't already know about you? If you're looking to get to know your partner better, here are some deep questions that focus on romantic relationships. What do you look for in a relationship? What personal qualities do you love? Do you believe in marriage? And if so, what age do you think is the best for marriage? Do you believe in soulmates? What is your love language? What is your idea of a perfect date? What is your idea of a perfect vacation? How do you describe commitment? Do you want to have kids? How do you imagine your life in 10 years, 20 years, and 50 years? If you had all the money you needed, what would you do with your life? Where would you put yourself on the workaholic to relaxaholic spectrum? How do you react when you're upset? If you had a partner who gained a lot of weight, would you stay with them? What do you think leads people to cheat in relationships? If you were having relationship troubles, would you ever go see a relationship counselor? What's one time when you had to compromise? What are the deal breakers for you in a relationship? If you're looking to get to know your friends better, here are some deep questions that focus on friendship. If you could magically change one thing in your life, what would it be? What do you think of meditation? Do you think we'd be better off without social media? What do you think it means to be healthy? What do you love the most in life? Do you vote? Do you believe in karma? What do you think about freedom of speech? Do you think there's an afterlife of any kind? What do you think about veganism? What do you think about the current younger generation? Do you think bullies see themselves as bullies? Do you tend to trust people? Do you feel like men and women are equal? Do you think people can change? What's your favorite activity to do with friends? What's one thing you believe in that's kinda weird? What's your favorite place to go eat? What was one of your funniest moments? If I asked you, "Who are you?" how would you answer? What do you like about me? What are my best qualities? What are my worst qualities? What aspects of myself do I need to work on to be a better friend? What makes you feel comfortable around me? What do you think it is about us that made us such good friends? Do you have any secrets that you need to get off your chest? Do you think we'll still be friends when we die? What do you think your life would be like without me? What's one thing you'd like to do together that we haven't yet done? Last but not least, you may want to ask yourself some deep questions to better get to know yourself. By asking ourselves deep questions, we can uncover thoughts and beliefs we didn't even realize we had. So use these questions to get to know yourself better. Do you respect yourself? Are you confident? Why or why not? Do you like who you are? How do you express your emotions? What makes you happy? What are your strengths and weaknesses? Do you forgive those who have hurt you? Do you think you're brave? Why or why not? Do you engage in self-care? Do you try to grow and improve your abilities? Are you proud of yourself? Do you know what you want in life? In what ways do you think positively? And in what ways do you think negatively? Do you believe you can manifest your dreams? What are your long-term goals? What are you thankful for? Do you love yourself? What are your core values? Do you consider yourself an introvert, extrovert, or somewhere in the middle? What motivates you? How do you respond to rejection? Do you ever feel shame or guilt? Do you suppress or express your emotions? Are you generally present in the moment, or do you spend a lot of time in your head? What makes you feel vulnerable? Do you have a healthy relationship with your smartphone? What are your good habits and your bad habits? What is your true calling? What makes you feel empowered? Do you ever have FOMO, or fear of missing out? Do you have any trust issues? Do you have an easy or hard time letting go of the past? How do you soothe yourself when you're upset? Do you tend to have a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset? What's your communication style? Do you practice random acts of kindness? What is your best life? What makes you jealous or envious? How secure or insecure do you tend to be in relationships? Do you tend to be an optimist or a pessimist? How positive are you about your body? What are your highest aspirations? What negative thoughts do you have? What makes you laugh? What brings you the most joy? To round out this video, here are some more deep questions to explore. What is the most difficult thing you've ever apologized for? How do you define work-life balance? What is the one thing that gives you a sense of awe? Have you ever, quote-unquote, lost yourself? Have you ever felt helpless or hopeless? What gives you a sense of inner peace? What makes you feel overwhelmed? Have you ever been passive-aggressive? Have you ever been in a toxic relationship? What is one mistake that you learned something from? Do you procrastinate? What is your favorite way to be more productive? Do you listen to your intuition? What is your go-to topic for small talk? Have you ever done a 30-day challenge? Have you ever done shadow work? Have you ever tried float therapy? Do you feel like you know yourself? Do you tend to be intrinsically motivated or extrinsically motivated? What triggers you? Have you ever been to therapy? Has anyone ever guilt-tripped you? Are you a people pleaser? What was the most difficult conversation you ever had? Asking deep questions can be a great way to learn more about others, increase closeness, and have more interesting conversations. Hopefully this collection gave you a good place to start. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and check out our free resources at berkeleywellbeing.com.